normal everything. My mom made sure I was treated just like everybody else. Just like everybody else. I was graded, I was disciplined just like everybody else. And I have some amazing friends and family that have helped me throughout the years. And a little story about my family. I had to have been 4 or 5. I had this black kitten, and one day I was at school, and my papa Leonard ran over my cat. So he calls my grandpa, and he's freaking out. What are we gonna do? She's gonna be so upset. We've got to do something. Tell me what to do. So grandpa says, go down to so-and-so's and get another cat. Hurry up before she comes home. So he brings home.
Papa's 92 years old.
He was 92. Yeah, 92 at the time. He brings home a white kitten. So they're thinking, okay, how are we going to explain this to Kayla? We're just going to have to tell her. She's going to be upset. So here I come home, and I see the kitten, and my reaction was, my kitten changed colors. And I didn't find out till years later that my cat does not have magical abilities. But that's one of my favorite childhood stories. When I was younger, though, growing up throughout the years, school and all that, it was harder for me to accept that I'll never be able to walk. I'll never be able to do the things that my family and friends can. Can't climb a tree, can't drive a car. I can't do those things ever. That's just not physically possible. But, and you know, there have been people in my life throughout the years, strangers, friends, so-called friends, you know, that made me feel like I'm not good enough. Like I'll never be able to be normal, whatever normal is, you know. But I know God has a plan. I know I've grown up in church, and I know that I'm in a wheelchair for a reason. If He put me in a wheelchair, then He has a plan. There's a reason I can do all the things I can do. I realize now that even though I'm in a wheelchair, He made me strong, independent, and He gave me talents I never thought I'd ever be able to do. I never even imagined myself doing them. So when I started middle school, my mother decided me and Caitlin, my sister, should join band.
Marching band.
Well, it started out as concert band. Started out as concert bands. Well, I'm ashamed to say we threw a fit on her. Mom, why are you making us do this? We cried, we begged her, please don't make us join band. We weren't the outgoing type. So she said, you know, just try it. Just try it. We'll get you out if you don't like it, if you hate it. Just try it. So we did. And 7 long years of it, we loved it. Absolutely fell in love with it. We lived and breathed music for 7 years. Because in middle school, the marching band, the high school marching band was so small, they invited middle schoolers to come join. And I was one of them. I played the bells with a mallet in my mouth. And my band director, it was her first year teaching, my 6th grade year. And when she found out she was going to have a little girl in a wheelchair in the band, she's thinking, really? How can I do this? I don't know how to, what do I do? And we just worked together. And she told me at a competition one time, somebody came up to her and said, how did you teach her to do that? Oh my goodness. She's like, she learned just like everybody else. She's capable of learning all on her own. So we fell in love with music. 7 years of music, and I absolutely loved it. And I graduated from Sheldon Clark High School in 2008. I was one of the top 10 in my class, mostly straight A's. I was nominated as homecoming queen by all my friends. They plastered that school with pictures, and the whole school knew. And I won, and that's just one of the amazing moments of high school. So after I graduated, I started taking classes at Big Sandy Community and Technical College. It was like 25 minutes from where we lived, so it's a community college. Real easy to get to and stuff. The campus was wonderful, the teachers were awesome, but there wasn't a music program. So I was I didn't know what to do with myself. 7 years of band and then it's over, what do you do? So in 2010, after a couple years of college, I had to take art history with Professor Tim Smith. He saw me do my exams with a pencil in my mouth, so he's pretty flabbergasted. He didn't know what to think, so he pulls me aside after class one day, I forget when it was in the semester, and he said, "Do you do any drawings?" And I'm thinking, "No. Are you crazy? I'm not an artist. I can't do that." And he persuades me to join his drawing class the next semester. And here I am 4 years later, and I cannot imagine not having art in my life. Little did I know I'd be here talking to you and inspiring people. And when I'm drawing, I don't think about my disability. What disability? I'm in the zone when I'm drawing. The rest of the world I don't have to worry about anything.
You said that owl was real simple.
Yeah.
How many of y'all thought that owl was real simple? A few of you arty people, but the rest of us, not so much.
Faces are hard. I'm still working on those, but drawing allows me to express myself in a way I never thought I could do. So, a couple years ago, after I graduated college with my associate's degree, I decided to volunteer at Inez Elementary School. My mom works there, she's a kindergarten teacher. But little kids they're a little bit crazy sometimes. So I help mostly in 4th grade reading, and they are all the time, "What are you going to draw next? Can I see your drawings? Can you draw me this? Can you draw me that? Can you do that?" All the time. They're constantly amazed with everything I draw. And I told them, they know I can't use my hands. They know I can't walk. And I answer their questions to the best of my ability, but, they understand. And they're so helpful. And I want them to see that even though we have obstacles and things in our life that we think we can't overcome, you can. And I tell them all the time, if I can do it, you can do it. You just got to work hard at it and give it a little bit of dedication. Sometimes a lot. Depends on what you want to do. So now, just within this past year, I'm a member of, it's a group called Kentucky Art Tribe. And they are just wonderful, wonderful people. And my art has been featured in their galleries twice this year. We've had 2 different galleries, and I've been in both. And it's so funny when people see my art, they're like, "Oh wow, that's pretty good. I like that." And then they're told, "She drew that with her mouth." Their faces are my favorite part. I love their faces, their eyes. They're just blown away all the time. So, every now and then, mostly when I was younger, I would wonder, why me? Why did I have to be the one to have this disability? Why couldn't it be somebody else? Not that I would wish it on anybody else. But over the years, I've realized God has answered my question without me even realizing it. He's answered my question so many times over. Music, drawing, my friends, my family. They let me know every day why I'm here and why I have a disability. And I know that God has purpose for everything, and maybe I wouldn't have the personality, I wouldn't be the person I am today if I didn't have something to overcome. I could be the most miserable, lonely person, and I could hate my life. I could just stay at home and not do anything. I could just hate my life and everybody else, but I don't, Because what's the point in that? What's the point in not using what you have, even if it's not as much as everybody else? So, on those days I'm having a hard day, if Rascal Flatts doesn't do the trick, there's always a Bible verse that comes to mind. It's my grandpa's favorite, and it's Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I know if I can inspire just one person or one child, I'm doing what God wants me to do. So today, when you go home, or years later, if you think of me, I want you to always believe in yourself. Always. Even if you think you can't possibly overcome whatever obstacle it may be. I promise you, you can do it if you try. So, thank you so much for having me today, and I hope you have a great day.